Hey, so today I wanted to talk about the BlackRiver PornStorm Plaza, go over some of the pros and cons and things that I think it does well and that it doesn't do well, and ultimately give my opinion on whether or not this is something you should pick up for your collection.
So the Plaza comes in at about 22 inches long, 12 inches wide, 2.5 inches tall at its tallest point, and a little over an inch on the lowest ledge with coping. The outer non-coped ledge around the outside is a little under an inch, so just keep that in mind. You can get the Plaza for $89.95 right now at Volt Pro Scooters online. That's a US based retailer, and for $83.95 at the BlackRiver website. Those prices do not include shipping and handling, so keep in mind that if ordering from BlackRiver, it's probably going to be a bit more expensive and may take a little longer to ship. Either way, I'll have links to both down in the description below. One of the first things I wanted to talk about that I personally love about the Plaza is the overall design. Not only does it look really good, it is very, very functional and does kind of inspire me, quite frankly, to experiment a little bit and try some different lines out and change up my style even. Now, it is super functional, of course, but one thing I do love about it as well is just how good it looks. It's super aesthetically pleasing. I threw stickers all over mine. You may not like that, but even before I threw the stickers on there, it was like just a nice looking ramp. I loved looking at it. A nice little detail they added was in the grass cap, they actually have them randomized, so you can get like different flowers and different colors and things like that. Mine unfortunately doesn't have any, but it still looks super duper good, and I think it was a really nice touch to add some uniqueness to a already super unique ramp. Another thing I wanted to touch on is the build quality. BlackRiver did a great job making the ramp, and you can clearly see that in the quality. They definitely didn't pull any punches in the quality control, and especially with a big ramp like this, it's really nice to see that they still had a lot of attention to detail when making it, especially considering how many of these they have to make. Now, some of the downsides of this ramp really start to show when you finally get it in person. You see just how big it is. It's large. I read off the measurements in the beginning, and I definitely recommend you make sure that's not too big for your area. I made that mistake, and so when I first got it, I never used it because I did not have enough space. And even having it on my desk, which is about 47 inches long, it's less space than I'd like, to put it lightly. Now, it being that big isn't just a downside necessarily. That does kind of allow it to be really good for meetups, especially if you don't have a park. You can slap one of these in the middle of the table, throw a couple obstacles around the outside, and you basically do have a park, which is nice. It also makes it really good if you have like friends coming over, so not necessarily a big event, but basically you're going to have enough space to sesh with you, your friends, and anybody else. So that is the one upside to having such a big obstacle. The only other downside I can think of isn't even really a downside depending on who you ask. The ledges are very low, which for me, someone that pops pretty high and does like crazy, stupid combos, can be a bit of a hindrance. It made it take some getting used to, but somebody that pops low and has like a very realistic style of fingerboarding isn't going to have an issue at all. That's probably even preferred by them.
Now, to kind of summarize my thoughts and answer the question, should you buy one? Short answer, maybe. Now, if I'm getting into details, what I mean by maybe is if you have the space to account for such a big obstacle, I say get it. I think you're going to be happy with your purchase. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with it, and I think it's well worth the 80 something bucks. Now, if you don't have the space, and this is an issue that I ran into for a long time because I didn't have the space when I first got it, I never touched it. I even considered selling it at some points just because it was taking so much room up and I could barely use it. There wasn't a scene in my local area too strong, so I didn't have people coming over that we could, sesh with and really take advantage of it. So I'd say if you don't have the space, just hold off. Wait until you do, and once you do, pick one up. And yeah, that's my opinion on it. Let me know if you guys have any of your own opinions or if you have one and wanted to share some of your thoughts in the comments. And have a good one. See ya.